So, our English class is structured using essential questions. And these essential questions help guide us through the units and give us something to answer or look to. So, our overall essential questions are: how do our values and beliefs shape who we are as individuals and influence our behavior? How do your dreams impact other people? Is freedom ever free? And in the face of adversity, what causes some individuals to prevail while others fail? So, we're going to be looking at the things that you believe and things that you're trying to accomplish in your life and how those impact the people around you and why certain things happen to some people as opposed to other people. So, looking at injustices and things like that. So, keeping these things in mind no matter what we are reading or writing. Other essential questions that we'll be looking at is: what tools can individuals use to draw a line between illusion and reality? So, looking at an article or a Facebook or Twitter post and knowing whether it's real or not, and if they have a bias of some sort. And what is hypocrisy, and what can the individual subculture or culture do about it? So, hypocrisy is when someone says one thing and does something else. So, how can we spot that, and what can we do about that? Our reading essential questions: how does word choice affect meaning? So, we're going to be looking at why authors choose the words they do and what they're trying to convey through those. We'll also be looking at how might being able to recognize literary features help in appreciating literature. So that's literary devices, rhetorical modes, things like that. How do knowing how writers write impact our ability to read? And then why should we read in our daily lives and how can it impact our lives? So why should we be readers? Why should we continue to read once we leave high school? What is the point of reading in the real world? Writing essential questions. So, how do authors use the resources of language to impact an audience? So, building off our reading questions, our writing questions, we're getting into the nitty gritty of how they're actually creating those things. How can persuasive writing serve as a vehicle for social change? So, how can we use our writing to make a difference in the world? And then, how can we analyze and write about the ideas and arguments of others in a persuasive way? So, how do we take the things from around us, gather all these sources, analyze what's true, what's not, what's biased, and then write about it in a way that persuades other people to our opinion? Poetry essential questions. So, we will be doing a poetry unit, and these essential questions will be used for that. So, how do we define poetry? What is it? What is the intended purpose of a speaker in a poem? So, what is the speaker and or narrator trying to do in a poem? And then, why is diction important to writing and understanding poetry? And diction, again, is just word choice. So, we're looking at how poetry is written and what its impact is on us. Speaking and listening essential questions. How can we use speech to inspire and change the injustices seen in the world? So, how can we use our voice to change things? What does it mean to truly listen and process before formulating our own ideas? Are you thinking of what you're going to say next while you are, quote unquote, listening to someone, or are you truly listening to them? And how do we take what we hear and see and read and then use that to enter into the conversations around us in a meaningful way? So, how do we take all the things that we are processing and then make our own opinions based on those things? And those are our junior essential questions.